People think that entrepreneurship is all about the business.
That's not true. Absolutely not true. Once you know yourself, who you are, what do you want, what you already know within yourself, you will definitely be successful. That I guarantee you.
Good evening and welcome to another round of Personal Development for Entrepreneurs. I'm here with my good friend and mentor, Dr. Venga. Today, we're going to be talking about the power of focus, how to eliminate distractions and master your attention. Good evening, Dr. Venga.
Good evening, Ikram. Good evening.
How are you?
It's the last few days, the weather near my house, there was a landslide, and so okay lah, coping.
I heard there was a major landslide there.
Yes, 110 people or something like that have been evacuated to a different location until they resolve the movement of the earth and things like that. Yeah, it's near well, not very near lah, the other side of the hill. No? I face the east of the hill. They face the south of the hill.
Right.
So if you take a line like that, east, west, okay, north, south, they're in the other side, no?
Right.
Okay.
So today's topic, Dr. Venga, it's something that you have been on a lifelong search for.
Yes, correct.
Achieving focus. And
that's correct.
you also mentioned to me once that this is what led you towards creating the B Planner, right?
Yeah, absolutely. My actually starting point lah. Because Ikram, it's a long story. It took me 66 years to arrive at this spot now. It has taken me that long to understand a simple search for an answer, which is, why is it that we cannot stop our, we are always thinking of something or another. It's not that because of iPhone we are distracted. No. It's something that I was hardly 18, 19 years old when I started. I'm always, I'm thinking of so many things, okay? And therefore, it was difficult. It was difficult for me to say, hey, stop all that. This is what I want to do. I got to concentrate. That's how it started in a very simple way. No? Of course, over the years, in the last 66 years, I have developed a theory, a concept, and an action which has evolved in this 6 years. So let me just give you a quick theory that came. That theory also was developed over time. It didn't come at that point in time. For instance, if you ask me when I was, say, 18, 19 years old, in the late 50s, do I know about theory? The answer will be no, no. But today, the theory must first be designed. It's like saying, God. We can't explain God, right? It's a theory.
Yes.
We start there, theory. From a theory, you must have a concept. And when you have a concept, then you can develop action. And then you must then do it, no? The third step is the most difficult one, no?
Which is?
Also, the theory part of it is also equally as important. Because look at the creation of God and look at what people are doing with it, okay? So we know that, okay. So let me start off by saying, first, I recognized, I was 18, 19 years old, something like that actually there were two elements to a human. Number one, he has this thing called himself. That's me. Me and I, okay? Me, myself, and I. Me. Then
Right.
there is this the sun and all that, but it's time. Both of this, the me and the time, it came free to me. So, but it is interlocked and interconnected. Because it's so interconnected, interlocked together like that, I can never separate it. So I call it your time management and your self management. This is how the entire concept started from the theory started from the fact that there was daylight every day, there was night every day, and things like that, and the human, and everything a human. So the first theory that I developed was your time management and your self improvement is one concept. You cannot separate that. From that, I developed a concept. And that concept was write, goal, review. Write, goal, review. Based on that, I developed the V Planner, which takes 5 steps for you. Okay? The first thing is to manage your mind. So, the writing part of it became very important. You have to write down everything that comes into your mind. And when you are able to do that, less and less and less unnecessary thoughts come into my mind until and unless you generate it yourself. Writing. The writing part became the key element to I'm 86 years old, going to be in a few more days. Okay? That was the key. And then that made me realize that I have to learn how to control and manage my thought process. And that's how it all started. So I developed a monthly action, and on that sheet, I write everything whatever comes to mind, I write down. Then I put a few, who's going to do it? When is that going to be done? And have you planned time for it? Simple way. And then I linked it to the second step. So monthly action, first step. Second step is to immediately take my monthly schedule and write down. Allocate the time. Okay, allocate the time. And immediately, by the side of it, I also set a goal. For that particular task, I'll set a goal. Which is, I've allocated these 2 hours or 3 hours, whatever. What do I want to achieve out of that? I set a goal. So 3 steps already, okay? The fourth step is the execution part, the daily schedule. I then go to the daily schedule and say, okay, this is what I want to do for the day. I have 16 hours of wake time. Okay? And the final step, the fifth step is to review what I've done for the day. And that's how I learned or I developed this. It's a long journey to what you now call in a very simple way, no? The power of focus, how to eliminate this distraction and master your attention is the topic we're talking about. Am I right?
Correct.
So
Correct.
I want to first tell you that without this tool, we are just talking and they are just words.
Absolutely.
You need a tool to manage. Otherwise, you have to become deliberately become a person who can meditate, who can spend time by yourself without distraction, be on your own, the whole lot of things you can do, which means you have nothing else but to do but to focus on yourself. Then you might as well become a yogi or a monk, which is the easiest thing to do. But if you want to be a human with with life and with wife and children and family and a whole lot of things, that is constantly distracting you, you need to find a method. And my method was for me, it was not for anybody else, it's me. Till today, I'm doing this to people, helping people understand this. So the first thing to do is that focusing is not that simple. It's the first word I must tell you. It is not that simple. The ability to pay attention is important. Instead of using word focus, you have to pay attention, which is the foundation of a few things. One, clarity, understanding, meaningful action. If you can master this, that means you are mastering attention, which means you reclaim your mind. You reclaim your mind from noise, confusion, external influence, and a whole lot of things. That is the first statement I would like to make. Okay?
Reclaiming your attention.
Yes.
It's nice that you basically you're saying focus is attention,
Yes,
right?
that's right.
And your V
Now,
planner, I think, is one of the I would say one of the best tools to bring your attention on a goal. The way it's so when I use it, it's 5-year plan, 4-year plan, 3-year plan, 2-year plan, 1-year plan,
Yeah.
monthly, weekly, daily. Get your attention there.
Now, so therefore, Ikram, you must have realized that what we mean by focus is really, it means, what does it mean? It means that A, you're paying attention, B, you are aware of it, and C, you have intention, what you want to do. So, attention, awareness, and intention, key. So you can say intention, goal, awareness, you know that. But the key is your entire mind that you have must focus. And to do that, you must control whatever things that's running around. Now, then you must understand, why is it distraction? Everywhere you have distraction, right? True or not? Can you stop it? Cannot,
Very
isn't it?
tough. Yeah.
You can't.
In fact, one of the biggest distractions, I think we definitely have to bring this up later, but it's the mobile phone, the smartphone.
Yes, correct. Not only that, but more importantly, I realized something else. And this is something that I want to share. There is external distraction, which is what you're talking about. But there is also internal distraction, which is inside you. Of the two, the easy one is the external distraction, noise and notification, interruption, environment, whatever you have. That's the external distraction. The internal one, which is the most difficult to control, are thoughts, emotion, memories, urge, stress. resilience, and then you can add a few more words. That's happening inside you, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And actually, you think you are not in control. You are in control, but you do not know how to control. See or not?
Yeah.
Because why? We have always been brought up. People think external distraction, you talk about iPhone, is the worst, and the advertising and what have you, and iPad and this, that. No, 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 they're not. The truth is, internal distraction must be controlled. And that is where the problem starts. Something is going in you, inside you, and you must separate it. All this, so you can switch off the phone, you can stop, cover your blind, you can do that. External is easy. People are talking too much, go to another place. You can do that. But internal noise that is coming, that is what you must have this ability to do that. That internal noise that comes is not easy. Because, the mind naturally seeks stimulation. It does. Because it's pleasure. It's without discipline. It jumps from one thing to another. Am I making any sense?
Yes, you are.
It's true, right? Your mind is
Absolutely.
jumping from one thing to another, and you don't know why. Of course, you can say it must be my memory. It's because something I saw and then I got linked to it. All that story you can tell, no? But how do you manage that? Now, to understand that, you must also understand what is human. A human has two things. One is this attention, your brain has two systems. One is the focused attention system, which they call the prefrontal cortex. You probably heard of the word, right?
Yes, I am.
Are you good at that?
That's the one up there.
Yeah, prefrontal. The 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 such an important part of it, prefrontal cortex. But you must remember that it is slow, it is deliberate, and very, very disciplined. Understand that? Which is the frontal cortex. You have another one behind you, which is always, it's kind of default thing, no? People call it the limbic system in big word, no? Limbic system. By default, it's a wandering mind. It's wandering animal.
I think the slang for the limbic system is the lizard brain.
That's right. Very good. Very good. Okay. Imaginative, emotional, easily distracted, want to see what the hell, curious is. Okay. Some people call it the intellect. The intelligence is the first one I said. The intellect is the second part. What you must do is to be able to focus your attention and make sure that your frontal cortex to stay in that subject there. And every time it moves away, slowly move it back. When distracted, that's why the monthly action and the monthly schedule and the goals associated with that and the daily schedule and finally the review, the 5 step. That's how I have been able to manage it.
Right.
Sounds like I found human, right? Huh?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you put it very simply, you've articulated it well, but in practice, it's not as easy.
I must agree with you. But you have the possibility to make it happen. Okay? Let us start with the external distraction first. Okay? Is it easy for you to turn off your notification?
Yes.
Okay? Whatever you need to work on, you have them on your table. Is that possible? Nothing more
Yes.
than that. Don't behave like the Second World War people or the First World War. No, they put files on their table to hide their face
That's
or pretend to show how much of work they have got.
right. Right.
Don't do all the stupid thing. Work with what you have only. So that I use one word: turn off all your notification. Second, you keep the essential tools on your desk to perform the task. Okay, which you're able to do that. And then, if you find the place is noisy, find a quiet room, a clean space. Is that possible or not?
Yes, very much.
And and finally, you can also make sure that you limit the excess of distraction. In other words, you don't sit in a passageway or the glass outside looking at you or a table facing the door. All that don't. This easy to do, right?
Yes.
The top heading is external distraction, control the environment. That's all. Can or not?
Can.
Now, okay, now comes the internal distraction, which is the key. Controlling the mind. This is the hardest which I went through in my life. And even today, I must tell you, less and less now. Okay? I can easily say, no, 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 not now. Not now, baby. Stay out. This is what I want to do. I want to do this. You don't help me, I will do it. I will force myself to do it. So I calm it down and internal distraction. Control the mind. But you must also understand, it is very powerful. Internal distraction can be reduced. Okay? How? Recognize that your mind is wandering around. You can recognize that. The moment you are wandering around, stop. Take a deep breath, 2 breaths, or 3. Deep breath. Okay? Recognize that your mind is distracted. You need that. Pause. Instead of reacting, pause. That 2 minutes, 2, 3 minutes, pause. Third step, return your attention gently over to what you want to do. Now I'm very rough. At that my age, I can be very rough with my mind. But when you're young, gently. No, I'll do it afterward. Write it down, I'll do it afterward. But this one I'll do. So the monthly action comes in. Right there.
Right.
Without judgment. Return your attention without saying you are stupid or what. No. Yeah. You got distracted, come back. You have to be gentle in dealing with this. Finally, strengthen your awareness. Awareness that you are being distracted. Now, Ikram, you know this is a fact. We have 16 hours of wake time. Am I correct? 6 in the morning to 6 to about 10 o'clock at night. We are called a wake time, right? Yes or no?
Absolutely. Yes.
So part of that already has the ability to be like you're driving a car, you're walking. All that is also distracting, but at the same time controlling, not to think of other things, but to walk this path and all that. Yes or no? You have automatically developed a system, except that it is in the lower category. It's for you to come up higher and higher. The more you write down the distraction, the more you strengthen your own ability to control the distraction. Does that make any sense to you?
Yes, yes. You bring awareness to the distraction.
Exactly.
And then by becoming aware of it, by saying that you are able to manage it.
Yeah. So, what does that mean? This deep attention that is very powerful, huh? The deep attention, very powerful, requires a couple of things. Clarity. That's why the goal is important. What is it that I want to achieve doing this? Clarity. Number two, you must your you must complete the task. The only way you can complete the task is to be meaningful. What you call efficiency. Correct or not?
That's right.
And the quality can be high. Meaning you can do it faster, higher quality, which requires your attention, right?
Yep.
Efficiency. The third, understand. Understand your own pattern. Don't try to copy somebody else's. Your own pattern, your way of doing things. Why are you connecting to something self? And your meaning, your meaning, you have a clarity. What is that meaning? The more you ask yourself why, how, and all that, you begin to tune your own clarity in your mind, which brings about the fourth thing, which is inner stability. When you have inner stability, your emotions get control. And finally, your presence. They say, be present now. You go in, as an example, I'm no meaning for it. When you are say, when you are with your child, as an example, you are with that child. Your mind is not at work. Presence, which again, if something distracts you, write down in the monthly action. When, because you are fully in that moment, okay, you are there to take action and make it happen. Otherwise, you will be lost in two areas, the past and the future, not the present.
Mm. Right, right.
Right. So, in order to do that, you must always set intention. What is my intention? So, when you allocate 2-3 hours, what is your intention? What is your goal? So, always when you get distracted, go back. That's my intention. I want to do that. What do? You are actually organizing your system to think like what you want it to think. So, the mind controls me is not true. You can control your mind if you want to. So set that intention, that goal. Remember the second word, right goal, very important. Then remove external distraction, whatever there is, remove it without even waiting for remove it. So create an environment that supports your focus. If you have your table facing the door, every can open, you can see the flower. If you sit facing the back of your back is facing the door, people open, they see your back. But you are seeing the wall or a scene outside. Correct? Not distraction.
Correct.
Third, third, watch your own internal movement. Are they calm? Acknowledge it. Okay? Acknowledge that it's drifting. Bring it back gently. Do not force anything. Okay? Oh, you are thinking stupidly. No, 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 no. It's okay. You're there. Come back. Okay? Slowly bring it back. Okay? The final thing, that you have to do is you need to train your short segment. That's why I developed the schedule, a daily schedule, 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. Do one thing for 20 minutes, leave another 20 minutes behind, empty, another 20 minutes. So in 1 hour, split into three. Okay? 20 minutes, 20 minutes, 20 minutes. You understand?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Now, you got to do this with a simple thing. Eh? You got to get into the daily schedule and look at it very carefully because there's 16 hours. What do you want to do and why do you want to do it? These two words are important. What am I doing? Why am I doing it? What do I want to achieve from it? You must answer that question. Otherwise, you'll just drift away. Get it?
Right.
Remember this, huh? Ikram? Where your attention goes, that's where your life goes.
That's a very good reminder.
Exactly, yeah? You cannot understand your mind deeply if it's scattered all over the place. You cannot grow in your awareness if it is weak. You cannot find purpose if you cannot stay present. Therefore, the foundation of higher understanding is to remain calm and get the things done. And you know what, Ikram? As I was writing this out, I said, hey, Ikram, you are an example of that. You are. I remember many years ago when all of a sudden you took something and made it into a fantastic profile. You paid attention. You spent a couple of days or what, I do not know how long, but you did. You remember that, Ikram?
Yes, I do.
You remember, and I told you, wow, what a great person you are, right, Anand?
Yes,
So
yes,
you have it, except that you get distracted by a lot of things.
absolutely.
Let me just stop here. I've said too much already. The key is the monthly action, starting point. Okay? Number two, you need to allocate time and then say, hey, what do I want to achieve out of allocating this time? What do I want to achieve? Okay? And then daily schedule is 16 hours of wake time and divided into 20 minutes each. Very easy. And
Absolutely.
then end of the day, just review. Review what you have done. Did I like it? Can I improve it? If you ask this little question, you are developing your own frontal cortex, where it can access all the data that you have created from the time you came out of your mother's womb. All that accessible to you. Okay.
Thank you very much, Benga. That was fantastic. We've already come to the end of our time. So we're going to have to wrap up. That went by really fast. I felt we spoke only for like 15 minutes. Is there anything you'd like to say to wrap up this session?
Again, Lana, again, just to recap what I said, Lana. You see, the ability to focus your attention towards any purpose must be done very consciously with awareness, and then you can support it. That's why the writing, allocating a time and saying, in this 2 hours I'm spending, what will I want to achieve? What do I want to achieve? Is in a way activating the mastering intention by setting clear intention. Control your environment. Okay? At the same time, learning to observe your mind and why does it distract itself? Why? Each time something happens, spend some time. This is the key.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Benga. And there you have it for the rest of our audience, how to focus and bring attention to the things that matter and are important. If you have any questions on today's episode, please put them down in the comment section. Benga answers them always, and it's very fast to respond. In the meantime, I hope this has been a great takeaway for everybody. And we'll see you in our next personal development for entrepreneurs, which is happening on January 7th. This will be our last episode for the year. So wishing all of you a happy new year and a prosperous 2026.
Yes, Happy New Year and a prosperous 2026.